Shalom. So, we are on Biblical Hebrew Lesson 2. How to use and read Hebrew Niqqud. Those are vowel points. They're how you write vowels. A reminder of the previous lesson. We have the Aleph Beth. I will read it once, just as a reminder. Aleph Beth, Gimel Dal He Waw Zayin Ches Tef Yod Kaf Lamed Mem Nun Samach Rein Pe Tzali Kof Reish Sin Shin Ta was on Aleph Beth. And I was right I did get it upside down last time. It is an upside down capital R for R. Anyway, so into Niqqud then. Okay, so as you can see, I have written some Alephs already. I'm going to write the Niqqud on the Alephs. Something to note is that a Niqqud is always read after the letter. So like if it was on a Beth, we would pronounce the B before the vowel. There is one exception to this rule that we will talk about in the next video, but it's not common and it's easy to notice and memorize. So, first one is Comedent, and it makes the sound of a long ah. Hebrew makes a vowel length distinction. This is a lengthening mark in the IPA. So, I will write its name down actually in Hebrew because why not? Guess I could have done that for the letters too, but you didn't know the vowel points yet. But it doesn't matter really. So this is a papach. It is the short ah. Also, when vowels change in Hebrew words due to conjugation, it is not uncommon for a kamat to become a papach. Likewise, it is not uncommon for a papach to become a kamat, although kamat to papach is more common. So, papach. So our next one is 2 dots horizontally below a letter, and it is the long eh, like the E in leg kind of sound, and it's a tsere. It's a tsere. This is an aleph at the end. It's kind of small, hard to see, but that's an aleph. So anyway, our next one is sargol. It's 3 dots below a letter in this upside down triangle format, and it is the short eh. This is the eh like in leg rather than, like in bed rather than leg. Eh, 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 eh. So there's a difference in both sound and length. And something funny about this one, it does not have itself in its own name. It's just a sargol with 2 completely different vowel points. Here, I'll write that one big because it was too small. So that's too big. So, our next one is 1 single dot below the letter. It is the short E sound, and it is called achirik. Achirik. So, after that, we have 1 dot to the top left. This makes a long O sound, and it's called Holem. Holem. Let me write this segel more visibly. Holem. So our next one is 3 dots in a downward arc. It is the short oo. It's oo. And it's very rare, so, but it still needs to be memorized, and it's called a kibbutz. Kibbutz, I believe, actually. Yeah, kibbutz. Kibbutz. So, the last one here. So that looks weird. And the last one here is the schwa. And obviously it makes the schwa. And it is called the schwa. So it's pretty, easy and simple. We got the schwa. So this is all of the main Niqqud, all the main vowel points. But we are not done. So, continuing with the schwa, we can actually have a pathach and a schwa together, called a reduced pathach, or a pathach hataf. Focus is not being good on that. Fingernail shot. Okay, that's better. I'll write this better then too. It doesn't need to be as big. So, that is a reduced pathach, also known as a pathach hataf. And it's like in between this. I accidentally put a lengthening mark instead of a slash. Anyway, so it's somewhere in between a pathach and a schwa, just somewhere in between that area. It's not really specific. And we also have a reduced sargol, or sargol hataf. And it is somewhere between a sargol and the schwa. Somewhere like or something. Yeah, it's something like And this one's like something like Wow, that's kind of choppy. Anyway, so these are all of them that can appear below a letter. Yeah. But oh yeah, there is actually a reduced kamot, but I've never actually seen it in any word, so in any biblical word, I've never seen it written in the Bible, so I'm not sure if that one should count. Okay, so this is all the Niqqud you can see on a letter. But we're not done! So, Hebrew did not originally have any way of writing vowels. It was just consonants, and Niqqud were invented 5,000 years ago or something like that. Where, the Hebrew alphabet, the Hebrew abjad, is the oldest writing system known to man. Well, oldest phonetic writing system. Well, I guess Egyptian hieroglyphs do have some sound in them, but they also have symbols for meaning. Anyway, that's besides the point. Sometimes they would use some letters to represent some long vowels. And if we have a chirik and a yod, that's kind of a bad looking yod. There, that's a yod. This would be a long E. That's the long E. Long E. So, it's called chirik yod because, of course it is. I don't really need to write its name, it's just because you already know the name Yod, and you know Chirik. Continuing, this one I won't write Aleph for. We have Cholim wow. This isn't a wow with a cholim on it. That would be like this. This would be wo, but this one is a long oh. This is long o. Just like holum, which is also long. O will never be short. And then we also have this one, which actually does have a special name, but it is the long oo. It's also a vowel with something in it, but this is a shuruk, I believe. Yeah, shuruk. Shuruk. Yeah. So sometimes when a vowel letter is written in a word, sometimes it will be something known as spelled defectively. Like say, for example, the word Torah, which means teaching, you might recognize it as Torah, which generally is translated as law, but I think teaching is, like, law is not a bad translation of it. I just think that teaching encompasses more of the idea. So, Torah is spelled like this, but sometimes you will see it spelled like this. It's spelled defectively. Its vowel letter is missing. Now, this doesn't only happen with choloma to cholam, where there is no change in pronunciation because O is always long, but sometimes you'll have a chirik yod to just a chirik, or you'll find a shuruk as a kavutz. A kavutz, yeah. Is that right? I think it is kivutz, actually, yeah. I thought it was a schwa for a second. Anyway, so, pretty simple, pretty good, except we're not done yet. So some of you might already know what a diphthong is. A diphthong is two vowel sounds going into each other. Like, we have the vowel sound ah, and we have the completely separate vowel sound e, but if we diphthong them together, we get I. Now, technically, diphthongs are also considered one vowel sound, and what I was calling one vowel sound earlier is known as a monophthong. So, like, e is a monophthong, but, like, I is a diphthong. So it's A into E, I. Yod is always used for diphthonging into E. In fact, like, you're always going to need a letter, one of the vowel letters, to diphthong into. And why Yod and Wow are used as vowel letters is they're both approximate sounds. That's the type of consonant they are. But those are also called semi-vowels, so like somewhere in between consonant and vowel. So that's why. So we got I, and we got I. Like, I guess I can write these. We have I, and we got I. And then we also have it with Sere, A, and we have it with Sarol, with, like that. Oh wait, I forgot to write the yod. That's kind of a big yod. Still a big yod, but no one cares. So, yeah. And that's all that can diphthong into a yod for the sound E. But some things can also diphthong into wow. Not shuruk or cholam wow, but just wow itself. We can have owl, which is like ah. Owl with a lengthened ah, so owl, and we can have all, and we can have like, you know, ewa and ewa. I think you get the wait. I think you get the point. I don't really need to write the phonetic transcription anymore, but I'm still going to. Yeah, and so, you know, monophthongs, diphthongs, pretty easy. And there's also occasionally trithongs, which is 3 monophthongs together into one sound. So, like, the only time I've ever seen one is, like, awe. Awe. And I can only think of one example for it. I mean, I haven't been showing examples or anything, but there's only one example I know of, and it's the word for death, which is Moleth. So, you know, that's something. There's, like, countless examples for, of course, every vowel and every vowel letter. And there are, you know, also, like, several super ultra many diphthong examples, but that's like the only. There's probably some more trithongs that I can't think of off the top of my head, but yeah. So, shalom, God be with ye, and I have a little challenge for you before you watch another YouTube video or short or go on to, like, I don't know, TikTok. I've never been on TikTok. How is it? Anyway, before you're doing that, could you pretty please go out into the real world and do something nice for someone? This could be like something as simple as, like, I don't know, oh, like getting your roommate a glass of water, or it could be as huge as fixing global warming. Either way, you know, God made you for good, so you can do good. So shalom and God be with you.